For about the last 8 months, I've been trying to get my hands on this mythical keyboard case for the Mini 6. I originally found this on Alibaba, but I needed to order about 1,000 units to get one. Typically with Alibaba, you can buy one sample unit. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Eventually, it did trickle down to Amazon and AliExpress. Therefore, after 8 months of tracking it down, is it really worth the wait? Hey, it's V. Let's get started. One of my favorite keyboard cases to date has always been the F22 Wing. It is not perfect by any means, but it offers enough features to make it really worth it. With this keyboard case, there really is not any bulk while I have it in my pocket. It has really long battery life, it's super thin, it has a decent keyboard for jolting down quick notes. It does have a specialized charging cable, and there is a really good reason why it has that, which will become very important here later. Overall, it translates to extremely good performance. The new one is sold by a company called Who. You can pick this up off Amazon for around $60. This can also be picked up off AliExpress for around $80. I will list them both down below. This one is a little bit more of a premium price. The F22 can be picked up for around $40 or so. Many companies will rebrand the same product under different names. This one is sold by Who, but it originated from a company called Baseus, so it does have several different names. Going forward, I will just refer to this as Baseus. There are multiple versions of this keyboard case for the iPad Pros and the Air, so they do sell one in each size. This one, unlike the F22, does have USB-C for charging. This will become very important later on. It does charge with the USB Type-C to Type-C. It is rocking a 300 mAh battery. It takes up to 2 hours for a full charge. Continuous usage is 150 hours before it needs to be charged. Therefore, it has pretty good battery life. It is not backlit. It's Bluetooth only. Inside the box is a USB Type-C to Type-A charger, not a specialized one. You are also given the instructions. Also, stickers, because why not? This does look like the F22 Wings, but it is a little bit different. On the outside, it has this fake leather touch to it compared to ABS plastic. Like I've mentioned, it has USB Type-C on the side with an on and off switch. This tool will measure how thick a device is. It's a pretty nifty device. It's pretty nifty. This keyboard case is a bit thicker at different points. The USB Type-C is about 5.6 millimeters thick, and the other end is about 3.4 millimeters thick by the keyboard side. So it is a little bit uneven. The cover is about 2 millimeters thick all the way around. My go-to magnetic Mini 6 folio case is from a company called Z-Top. That is about 2 millimeters thick. The F22 Wing is about 4 millimeters all the way around. The Mini 6 will attach to the Baseus case with magnets. The magnets do offer some decent strength. The iPad won't go flying. It's a more secured fit. When opened, the corners will not get snagged on the case like the F22, so it's a better design choice here. At the same time, because the charger port is thicker than the rest of the keyboard case, it will not remain fully closed. At the same time, because the charger port is thicker than the rest of the keyboard case, it will not remain fully closed. This is where it kind of falls apart. It will still hang open when fully closed. There will always be a small gap. This is why the F22 uses a specialized charger, so it will be consistent all the way around. It has no auto wake and sleep. The back cover does bend down into a kickstand, so it's very reminiscent of the F22. There is a slot in the middle to hold the iPad into place. This is meant for the bigger iPads, not the Mini 6. It will work, but it's not great here. It is kind of awkward. I am not sure why they included this here. It would have been better just to remove it. The keyboard case does not have a trackpad, so it might be a deal breaker for some. Because of that, it does have a slightly bigger keyboard. The keys do feel a little bit loose around the switches. They do have a little jiggle to them. Here, the keys are a little bit more unified. Some keyboard cases have weirdly sized keys. The specialized characters are a little bit split up weirdly. I really dislike how they remove the commas and the dashes, so therefore there are different keys for each one. I really have to hunt for those. Compared to the F22 and my Logitech keyboard, the specialized characters are the same with the commas and dashes. There are a few other specialized characters like this also, but these are the main ones I notice while typing. Baseus does lose points here. The tactile feedback is decent, but it's not great. Overall, the typing experience is not the worst, but it's really not great. Typing feels better than most sub $30 flipbook style cases. On average, I can get about 40 words per minute without having to use dashes or commas. With them, I get about 20. The usefulness of this keyboard case is kind of meh. Like, it's not completely terrible, but it's really not worth that premium price around $80. The usefulness and value, in my own opinion, would be around $30. After using this keyboard case for about a week, by the end of it, I am looking for about anything else. The whole layout isn't bad. The typing experience just feels kind of lacking, and overall, I was not impressed with this keyboard case. Sometimes waiting for something you want is supposed to be worth the wait. Here, not so much. Granted, the F22 is not perfect, but compared to the Baseus, it's miles ahead. With a similar form factor and making bad design choices, it leaves a lot to be desired, especially paying a premium price around $80. That opens up the door for about anything else on the market. It does have amazing battery life, but that's about it. USB Type-C is always welcomed. The fake leather material feels kind of tacky, with the inconsistencies of the thickness of the keyboard case. Once fully closed, it still hangs open. It has no auto wake and sleep. For portability, there is a little bit more bulk compared to the F22. The keyboard overall feels kind of lacking, and the keys do feel a bit loose. I was going to pick up the bigger ones to review, but after owning this, I might reconsider my life choices. At the end of the day, I'm looking for anything else to use besides this. Maybe the universe was trying to tell me something. I think that's the reason why I waited 8 months before I could really get my hands on this. This is one I would not recommend, so I would avoid this one and pick up the Qide or the F22 for a cheaper price point and a better typing experience. So like always, it's V, stay classy.